can't write on your hand and then chop it off and mail it. That got dark really fast. Hello. Alright, so I am back and I am going to show you guys how to create a travel correspondence kit. I often find that the majority of my letters get written on the go, and this happens for a couple of reasons. Usually it has to do with my mood, or maybe something that has popped in my head that I want to share with one of my pen pals. I can never really just kind of say, all right, I'm going to spend this block of time on this day to catch up on my pen pal letters, because when I go to sit down, it feels more, like obligatory instead of actually interesting and sharing things that I think are funny, or that I think my pen pal will actually enjoy. I'm really not that great of a writer, so I just have to be in the mood. Sometimes my handwriting is better on some days and times, and on others not so great. It depends on if I'm tired or whatnot. And sometimes the words just flow and I'm able to make things very succinct and actually write in an interesting way. And on some days it just feels like I'm going, this is what my day was like today. I did stuff and things. I owe you a letter, and so I'm writing this because I owe you a letter. I'd rather, write my pen pal and have something interesting to say, and handwriting that's legible and doesn't look like a serial killer. Are you done now, Yoda? Making all that noise? Okay. Because this should be more than just a chore or an obligatory task. It should be fun and interesting and exciting, and we should enjoy the process and getting back to, our analog roots and yada yada, or whatever, stuff and things. So, because I'm on the go, I can't just go into my craft room and grab what I need. I actually need to have some supplies with me that I know for sure will go into my pen pal letter, and that I can just kind of put it together and mail it while I'm on the go. Now that doesn't mean that they're not decorated interestingly, or have fun things included in them. So I'm actually going to go over my kit with you so you can see what I take with me. And this kit is a result of lots of trial and error, lots of me sitting down to write a letter on the go and not being able to complete it or mail it off because I'm like, I don't have what I need, or as a result of me carrying something around for a while and going, okay, I don't really like this particular set of stickers, or I don't really need that bottle of glue, or I don't need a pair of heavy duty scissors. Off they go. I don't need them. So you can modify this based on what your needs are. You can modify the size. You can also, carry less or more with you depending on how many pen pals you have. I write once a month, so I also refurbish or revisit my kit once a month. I take things out, I put new things in, and I rotate it so that I don't get bored. So let's dive right in. I'm going to show you what I got. Okay, so the first and most important thing that you're going to need is stationery. That is paper, envelopes, cards, maybe postcards, okay? So that is, you have to have. Otherwise, you can't write on your hand and then chop it off and mail it. That got dark really fast. So, paper. I love memo pads. I love memo pads because they are already pretty decorative and they come with quite a few sheets. This one is from Craftsmith and I believe it cost me $1 or $1.50. I have several of these and I rotate them out every month. So if I'm going to use this mermaid one this month, I will use a different one next month. Okay, so the second thing that you're going to need is some envelopes, and I like to rotate them out every month as well. I have some vintagey ones here, but I like to make my own envelopes, and I like to do that in batches. So I will be creating a video on that this month as well, so be on the lookout for that. And then the last thing that I'm going to put into my bag is a rotating set of note cards. and postcards. So note cards and postcards are great for when you write someone with frequency, maybe once a week. So you don't have a ton to say, and you don't really have you don't have the time to write a really long letter because you're writing them so frequently. So cards are perfect, or postcards are perfect for this. So what I will do is I will take a set of note cards that are all the same, and I will use them that month. So everyone gets the same card. And then the next month I will rotate it. And I do this so that nobody gets a repeat. If you'd like to see how I keep track of this, check out my snail mail tracking system video. And it will go through how I keep track of all that and how I mark it down and who gets what, yada yada. Alright, so the next thing that I really like to include are decorative elements. So keep in mind, you cannot take your whole craft room with you. I'm talking about you guys, like me, who are hoarders. Hoarders of the stickers. So what you want to do is kind of narrow it down. You have a couple of options. You can grab one of your sticker books that has a variety and maybe just carry one sticker book with you a month, or you can create your own. I like to take little bits of sticker pages where there's maybe only a few stickers left. I chop them up and I paste them into these sticker books that I have made myself. One is ring bound and the other one is just a photo album from Dollar Tree where I put things into the pockets. So the other thing that I really like to use to decorate my Happy Mail is washi tape. I like to carry around washi samples with me. I made this one myself, and these are ones that I have received from others, but they're a lot slimmer, they're easier and lighter to carry around than several rolls of washi tape. You get several patterns all at once. And these are really great, especially on the back of cards, because on the back of cards there's always that little logo of who made the card. And I don't really like stuff like that. I like it covered up, and I like to write on the back of my cards. So I'll use some washi tape along the bottom of the back and maybe a sticker layered on top, and it covers up that logo and it makes the back of your card look really pretty. Of course, the last thing that you're going to need that is a must are stamps. And what I like to do is I carry around a variety of them. I always carry around a page of some international stamps. I like to include the extra ounce stamps in case my letter is extra bulky. And then I carry around a variety of the forever stamps. Oftentimes I will actually take a smaller sheet of stamps like this one. This is from the summertime where they had the popsicles. And I'll use up several of those, and then I'll use the blank spaces to put some stamps from some other sheets. Now this actually had stamps on the back as well, but I've already used them up. So this way you can carry a variety of stamp styles and colors with you without having to carry 5 or 6 sheets of stamps, which is really nice. Now, the very last thing that I'm going to talk about are tools. Now, depending on what you're doing, depending on how decorative you want to get, these tools will vary. At a minimum, you need a pen, okay? You're actually going to need a pen to do some writing. I like to include a ballpoint as well as a Sharpie because I like to make sure that the outside addresses on my envelopes are really easy to read, and I like to do things that are a bit more decorative. So a Sharpie is really great for thickening up lines because it is thicker than a regular ballpoint. I also like to bring some whiteout with me to cover up any mistakes that I make when I'm writing, because sometimes, especially on cards and postcards, writing space is precious. So you can do a squiggle, and sometimes I'll actually cover up those squiggles with a sticker, strategically placed. But whiteout is really great, especially when you have very limited space to write. I also bring a variety of glues. So I have this little tiny Elmer's glue here. I also use the Sakura Quickie glue. I really like it because it is like a ballpoint pen, and it will put glue on little teeny tiny pieces. So sometimes instead of stickers, I'll include a little package of die cuts that I want to use up, and I will use the Quickie glue to glue those down. It dries really fast, it doesn't spread all over the place, and it's great for little intricate tiny pieces. And then I will also include a small pair of scissors. I use scissors to change up or modify my stickers. Sometimes I will cut off pieces of them so that they'll fit. So those are the basics that you're going to need. Now, you might want to include something like address labels or maybe an address stamp if you have that. That would definitely be useful. I usually just handwrite mine. And you might also want to include, and something that I include in my kit is mail that I need to respond to. So any incoming mail that I've received that I haven't responded to yet, I carry around with me. And I do that so that I can reference it to maybe answer some of the questions or continue on a conversation that I'm having with my pen pal. But that way, whenever I do sit down to write, I'm not kind of stuck going, oh man, what was she talking about? I want to make sure that I understood that correctly. And then, you write something that has nothing to do with what they were talking about. Or, the whole point of writing your pen pal letters is to carry on a conversation. So you don't want to just write your pen pal a generic letter that, where you don't answer their questions. You want to make sure that you are engaging and that you are developing a relationship with them that will carry on over several letters. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know below maybe some things that you think would be a good addition to a correspondence kit, maybe things that I didn't mention. And please, if you could, subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!